Have you ever looked at a brand and just wondered, how do they do it? How does some seem to just skyrocket while others, well, they just kind of stall out? Today, we're diving into a modern marketing playbook that gets right to the heart of that question. We're talking about how to build real, sustainable brand momentum. Let's get right into it.
So I want you to ask yourself this. It's a simple question, but it has some pretty huge implications. Is your business just visible, or is it truly unstoppable? You know, there's a massive difference between just being out there and actually having the kind of momentum that pulls you forward. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you get from one to the other.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the why, this whole quest for momentum. Then we'll get into the what, the modern toolkit you absolutely need. After that, the how, a method for making it all work together. We'll even look at some real-world proof and wrap up with your brand's next big move.
Okay, let's start at square one. Why are we so obsessed with this idea of momentum? Well, because it's everything. It's about getting past just existing day to day and moving into a state where growth is constant and strategic.
Brand momentum isn't about that one viral post or a single lucky ad campaign. Nope. It's the force you build up over time. It's what makes growth feel less like a constant struggle and more like, well, like the natural result of everything you're doing right. It's really the difference between trying to push a giant boulder uphill and just giving it a nudge to get it rolling downhill.
All right, so if momentum is the destination, what are the tools you need to get there? Let's open up the Modern Marketing Toolkit and break it down into three really essential parts.
First things first, you can't build any momentum if people have no idea who you are or what you stand for. So this first batch of tools, it's all about crafting a brand identity that's clear, compelling, and super consistent.
You know, this is where consistency really becomes your superpower. Your logo, your brand guidelines, those video scripts, the photos you use, they're not just separate little tasks, they're all chapters in the exact same story. And when they all line up perfectly, you create this professional, memorable identity that people can actually connect with.
So once you know who you are, the next big step is getting in front of the right people. This next set of tools is all about making that connection and getting seen in a very crowded digital world.
The real magic here is in the mix. I mean, think of SEO like planting a garden. It takes a bit of time, but it pays off with organic results for years. Paid ads, that's your rocket fuel. It gives you that immediate boost of traffic right when you need it. And social media, that's your town square. It's where you build a real community and turn casual customers into your biggest fans. Now, this final part of the toolkit, it's arguably the most important. You can have an amazing brand and be reaching tons of people, but if you're not measuring what's happening, you're basically just guessing. And this is where data becomes your best friend.
And this right here, this is the engine of modern marketing. It's this awesome feedback loop that never stops. Analytics tell you what's working, performance optimization helps you make it even better, and market research shows you exactly where you should go next. Without this loop, you're flying blind, and you just can't build momentum without a clear direction.
So we've got the why, momentum is everything. And we've got the what, our toolkit. Now let's talk about the how. Because having a box full of shiny tools is one thing, but knowing how to use them all together in a smart strategy is what really separates the brands that win from, well, everyone else.
This four-step method is a powerful non-stop cycle. You start with a solid plan, you execute that plan with top-notch creative, you use data to react and adapt super quickly, and then you measure the results to see what happened. And then you do it all over again. Each time you go through this loop, you get smarter and stronger. It's what drives real growth.
Okay, a great method sounds fantastic in theory, right? But does it actually work in the real world? Let's get to the proof. Let's see how this whole approach delivers actual, tangible results for different kinds of businesses.
Let's take Evelyn Reed, an author. She had an amazing book, but she needed to find her readers. It wasn't just about ads, it was about the right content strategy that gave her work the spotlight it deserved. It created a system for consistently finding her ideal audience and building that momentum.
And the result of that strategic approach? A whopping 180% increase in book sales in just 8 months. Now that is not a random spike. That's real, sustained momentum built on a solid foundation. Now let's switch gears to a local business. Michael Chen's Cafe needed one thing: more people walking through the front door. By using hyper-local paid ads on social media, the focus was lasered in on reaching potential customers, right in his neighborhood.
And here you can see the direct impact of that. A 35% jump in foot traffic in a single quarter.
This is the perfect example of how smart digital marketing can create real-world results that are both fast and easy to measure.
And for our last one, a more technical example. For an app developer like Alex Rivas, it wasn't just about getting more clicks, it was about being more efficient. A data-driven approach to App Store optimization led to a 15% drop in what it cost to get a new user, and this is key, it stabilized their daily downloads. That is smart, sustainable growth right there.
So, what's the big takeaway from all these stories? It's simple, really. Data isn't just numbers, it's your proof of a return on investment. Smart targeting makes sure your message actually connects with the right people. Constant optimization means your budget works harder for you. And a great strategy? It does more than just sell stuff. It builds true authority in your space.
Okay, we've gone through the why, the what, and the how, and we've seen the proof in the pudding. So now we come to the final and honestly the most important part. What does all of this mean for you?
I want to leave you with this question, and it doesn't have to be some massive, intimidating project. Just based on everything we've talked about, what's the one thing, the single next step you could take today? Is it finally clarifying your brand's message? Is it maybe digging into your analytics for the first time? Or is it testing out a new way to reach your audience? Whatever it is, the key is to just start moving, because that, right there, is how all momentum begins.